Hello everybody, it's Chris. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss the performance of our public portfolio, the eToro portfolio, for the month of April. After a strong bull run since the beginning of 2024, markets are finally breathing, and that's very good news for us long-term shareholders. We want markets to grow steadily over the long term. We don't want to go into euphoria. We don't want to go into the hype of the market. So that's very good news that markets are finally breathing. Let's start. It's the April update for our public portfolio, eToro portfolio. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been a popular investor on eToro since 2022, and I have been investing in the stock market for 7 years now with a compounded annual growth rate of 28%. The goal with this public portfolio is to build wealth at a steady pace, outperforming the S&P 500 in the long term, and the goal is to do 26% per year. That means a double every 3 years. Let me quickly introduce our strategy. This is a quote from Charlie Munger. The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. That means that we will buy good stocks, quality stocks, and hold them for many months, many years. We will not be trading different stocks. We will be long-term shareholders. That means we will invest in a simple way, without shorting, without leverage, and without crypto. Just simple investing with good companies. This is our portfolio, our businesses that are simple, strong, and cheap. We have at the moment 15 stocks in our portfolio with a big concentration, a big position in Williams-Sonoma and Occidental Petroleum. During this month of April, we bought two things. We bought Lithia Motors, which is a car dealership in the US. At the moment, car dealerships are great companies trading at a cheap price. I've been analyzing this industry for the past 2 years, and at the moment, on a relative basis compared to an expensive S&P 500, these US car dealerships represent a good opportunity. So I started to buy these car dealerships. The first buy is Lithia Motors, and I've added to my watch list other competitors. So maybe in the future month, maybe it will be next month, maybe this summer, I will buy other car dealerships in the US because these are great businesses that nobody lacks at the moment, and I think they will deliver strong cash flow, strong earnings, and right now they are trading at a very good price. So I'm bullish on car dealerships. The second stock I bought for this month of April during this market breathing is Evolution AB. We already had some of this stock in our portfolio. I bought more. The company recently reported quarterly earnings, and there was a sell-off of the stock, which created a buy opportunity for me. There was a sell-off because investor panicked. Margins have decreased. But if you look at the details, margins have decreased because the company has hired more people, more employees, because they see a lot of demand for their products. They see a lot of growth ahead. So the short-term decrease in margins is an investment in the future. And they believe that in 2024, they will have a very high demand for their products and services. And in 2025, they will see more growth for their products. That's very bullish for the long term. So I took advantage of this sell-off to buy more, and this is now our third largest position. Let's talk about our portfolio performance. This is a table with our public monthly performance, and you see for the month of April that we've lost 3.5%. So if we compare this 3.5% with the S&P 500, are we outperforming, doing better, or underperforming? Well, for the month of April, our portfolio has lost 3.5%, and the S&P 500 has lost 4.2%. So we're doing better for the month of April. For the whole year of 2024, our portfolio is up 13.5% compared to the S&P 500 with a performance of 6.1%. So we have double the performance of the S&P 500, and we are in line with our target of 26% per year. I'm very confident in our portfolio right now, and I think we will reach our target. By the way, if you want to know how to analyze stocks and reach double-digit returns like this, I have a coaching program. This is a top link in description. Let's continue with the overall markets. What is happening in global markets? America is doing good at the moment. We see low unemployment and decent growth. Coupled with that, inflation is back. We see many indicators showing us that inflation is back. And some people are worried that we will have a decent US growth, but this growth will be lower than the inflation rate. And that would mean a situation of stagflation. And this is not very bullish for the stock market. This is not very optimistic for the stock market. Either way, we are investing in strong companies that I believe will do well in this stagflation environment. So we are fine in this position, but this stagflation is definitely a risk for the rest of the year, for 2025, and for future years. Another key event is that China is rebounding. Finally, after a lot of stimulus, a lot of help from the government, Chinese companies are finally producing good earnings, good cash flow. People are still worried about investing in China, but these companies are rebounding. So I'm curious to know how 2024 will end for Chinese indices. The last key event that we see in April 2024 is that maybe there will be no interest rate cuts because the economy is fine and inflation is back. That would mean that if you cut interest rates too fast, you may propel inflation. And the Fed, the Federal Reserve, definitely doesn't want this kind of scenario. So maybe the interest rates will stay at 5% for the remaining of 2024. We will see. Now, regarding broad markets valuation, the US market is still expensive. I would say the S&P 500 is trading at a high multiple, maybe 27 times earnings. But if you remove the biggest companies, if you remove the Magnificent Seven, you see that valuation is reasonable. You see that some businesses are trading at a cheap price. And this is where us, stock pickers, can see opportunities. Regarding the Magnificent Seven, we see some good strength with Google and Amazon. These businesses are maybe the best in the world. These Magnificent Seven are definitely helping the stock market. These are the stock market. And if the Magnificent Seven are showing strength, well, they will lift the entire American index. So that's very good news that these biggest companies are resilient and showing strong growth, strong earnings, strong cash flow. It gives more confidence into a strong US economy. And regarding interest rates, they are still at 5%. Now let's see some numbers regarding our growth. In our public eToro portfolio, where people can copy my portfolio and have the same results, we've grown from 207 copiers to 269 copiers. So welcome everybody. We also have more followers from 2.1k to 2.3k. And this means that the asset under copy, the AUC of our public portfolio, has grown from $242.7 thousand to $309,000. And regarding our YouTube channel, we've grown from 1,159 subscribers to 1,185 subscribers. Welcome everybody. I'm very proud of these results and I hope they will continue for the rest of 2024. The future focus on this account is first to preserve capital. Our portfolio may not be the riskiest one, but it's invested in good quality companies that will not go bankrupt. So investing in this company will preserve our capital. That's very important for me and I assume for my copiers. My second objective for 2024 is to create YouTube content. Another objective is to manage and grow the school community. We are, I believe, 150 members that want to learn how to invest, how to become investor. This is a learning experience, a long-term learning experience, and I like managing the community. And finally, the main objective for 2024 is to be the first popular investor in France. We are currently in the top 10 position in France, actually top 9, and we will continue to grow. This will be hard because competition is fierce, but I believe in our strategy. And you've seen the growth rates, we are growing fast, so we will remain confident in our approach and keep growing at a steady pace. And that's it for April. If you need some help with investing, I have a coaching program. This is a top link in description.